My girlfriend's friend flirted with me and almost ruined our friendship. A few days later, an ex that I didn't even know about walked into our apartment, and it all started when my girlfriend Anna and I were at a party, and her friend Jade wouldn't stop staring at me. So I decided to get some beer from the balcony. As I was approaching balcony, Jade stopped me. She randomly started congratulating me being together with Anna, and she thought that we really looked cute together. To make things even worse, she was apparently Anna's best friend. Now, in my mind, I thought she probably thinks I'm handsome, but then my logic kicked in and I realized no, she's 100% testing me. I'm sure she's trying to see if I will break down and cheat on Anna so she can test my loyalty. And then she told me that yes, she was looking at me constantly because apparently I had nacho sauce on my mouth. And I was like, okay, this girl is good, okay? I was sure she was playing mind games with me. And then she told me that she would be willing to help me learn more about Anna. She said if I want, we can meet every day at same location and start basically talking. I didn't care. I said sure. I knew it was a risk move, but realistically, I wanted to know things about Anna, things she might not want me to figure out myself. Why not have a third party help? So yeah, we exchanged numbers and immediately started tomorrow morning. We met at the nearest coffee shop where basically nobody went to. Now listen, me and her would basically chit chat every day for an hour or two and basically say nothing. I felt robbed. I felt like we were going in circles. I wasn't finding out anything about Anna. We did this for about a week, and Jay told me that she has to tell me something shocking about Anna. At this point, I already knew what she was gonna say. She leaned in and tried to kiss me. She held my head for a second, and I immediately backed off and told her to calm down, and she was quiet, and then she looked at me like I betrayed her. Why did I even feel bad? She was betraying her lifelong friend. Or maybe they were both in on it, testing me to see how I would react and if I was loyal. And then I told her I'm not gonna see her anymore and I don't want to hang out with her in front of Anna. And of course, I could tell her by the look she wasn't done. She had fire in her. But surprisingly, she said, okay, whatever you say. She was apparently for once in her lifetime happy for someone, and that was Anna. She then apologized and said it was stupid that she reacted like this. That was it, ladies and gentlemen. Now I just had to pick up on my relationship with Anna, and everything would go smooth. One night, I went into the kitchen to get some soda, and then I heard keys opening the apartment doors. Right then and there, I wish it was a criminal who was trying to break in to steal something, but the reality hit me. It was obviously a person who lived here, and then I started imagining the worst. Her dad coming in, seeing me in my underwear, seeing her daughter under the sheets. I was gonna get beat up for sure. And you know what? I started to think maybe I deserve to get beat up. Maybe that will smarten me up and I will stop playing around. And then this person finally entered, but it wasn't her dad. It was some guy who basically was our age. He asked me, who am I? And me being confused, I asked, no, who the F are you? How do you have the keys to this place? He asked me, did Anna sell you the apartment? I immediately antagonized him to start explaining what is going on. And then he started telling me how he used to live here with her ex who dumped him. So now he's trying to get back to her. And I immediately asked him, how does he have keys to the apartment? To which he responded, it's my apartment. By the looks of it, I was surely cooked because now I realized I'm definitely breaking up with Anna because this is so messed up that it's impossible to process. So Anna threw this guy out of his own apartment. Like, can it get more messed up than that? And then Anna heard us talking, so she walked in the living room. And I told her that I wanted an explanation what is actually going on here. And then she revealed to me that she basically took advantage of him, realized what kind of a person he is, and told him to leave the apartment until he realizes what he has done. Of course, in reality, he probably didn't do anything wrong. She just wanted to have all the fun she can in the apartment to herself. And the guy who was at the door started yelling at Anna, telling her, how could she do this to him? And I'm not kidding you. He went aside so he can cry. And then I started dressing up so I can leave and get out of her life forever. She was trying to stop me. She was telling me and assuring that we can be together. She told me that she's milking the cash from that guy and he's obedient, so he will listen to her. And then I ran outside and thankfully it was raining, so Anna couldn't go out chasing me. Anyways, I finally left her and of course I blocked her number so she couldn't get to me. And thank God that I didn't reveal where I live because I would be in a lot of trouble. Everything is over and it's finally time to continue normally living life. Probably 2 weeks later, my friend, let's call him Ryan, called me and said that there is a huge house party being prepared at someone's place and around 20 people will be there. Now, Usually, I hated parties, but I really wanted to blow some steam off, so I said, F it, I'm going. And oh boy, the chance of me going out is 1 in a million, and of course, later on, as it turned out, I should have stayed home. And so, as I went there, Ryan told me that this guy he knows from his childhood is organizing the party. Basically, our friends don't know him. And we finally got there, and I have to admit, I did have a lot of fun, but there was like over 30 people there, and then I saw an implemented bomb. Jade. She waved smoothly with her fingers, and I quickly went to her. I took her by the arm and went to some back room where we could talk in private. I immediately asked what is she doing here, and she told me that she's here because her friend invited her. Now, let me give you the actual backstory of how she ended up here because it is absolutely genius and horrifying at the same time. I discovered the backstory later, but I want to tell you now just to show you what and who are we dealing with. Basically, a while back when me and her were hanging out, she noticed that this one guy used to call me a lot, and that was Ryan. And when we split up after the incident, she found me on Instagram. She searched up in my following list and found my friend Ryan. And then she tried to get into Ryan's life, so she made a whole story up about herself. And so they started chatting, and they realized they're living in the same neighborhood. And so she decided to hang out with him just so she could get to me. That's how we got to this party. And I told her that I don't want to have anything to do with her. Of course, she got mad and walked out of the party. That's when the danger settled in. Out of nowhere, Anna started using fake profiles to contact me and called me on phone just so she could yell at me. And then Jade wrote me a message saying how she told Anna out of spite that me and her had physical activity back while me and Anna were dating. She showed her evidence of messages of us hanging out and so on. Basically, Anna ended their longtime friendship, and now she was telling me she's gonna get revenge on me and she will find where I live. That's when Jade jumped in. She demands one date and she will make Anne never contact me again. I asked her, how is that possible? And she told me, want to find out yourself? Now, at this point, knowing who Jade is, I didn't really want to find out. So she told me she wasn't going to do anything illegal. She's just going to take a couple safe measurements and Anne will never bother me again. So I easily decided to agree. So yeah, basically, Anne never contacted me again. And Jay told me that if I ever wanted to see her, I should just write to her. And that was it. I blocked their numbers and I was basically free. That's it, basically. I'm out.